Adaba FM will not only give you news at the speed of nanosecond, but will also break it down with up-to-date analysis, informed opinions, and distinct professionalism. That's why you love us. Adaba 88.9 FM, your go-to station.
It's midday. Good afternoon. I'm Adeola Adekunle with Global News. In the news, CBN directs commercial banks to comply with Supreme Court order. Tropical storm kills about 99 people in Malawi. President Zelensky urges Ukrainian army to stop Russian forces in Bakhmut.
This is the news.
The Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Godwin Emefiele has officially ordered commercial banks to comply with the court verdict. This is coming exactly 10 days after Supreme Court judgment mandated the use of old 1,000 and 500 Naira notes as legal tender till December the 31st, 2023. Emefiele announced that the old 200 Naira, 500 Naira and 1,000 Naira would remain legal tender till the end of the year, adding that the decision followed a meeting with Bankers Committee held on Sunday. The development has put an end to the confusion over the legality of the old Naira notes. The action is also expected to ameliorate the suffering of Nigerians who have faced severe hardships over the scarcity of new Naira notes amid the controversial ban on the old notes. Outside Nigeria now, volcanologists say they have observed a glow at the top of the Nyamulagira volcano in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. According to the latest data, the volcanologists say the eruption was caused by a movement of lava at shallow depths towards the central crater of the Nyamulagira volcano. Nyamulagira's last major eruption was in 2011, and it was the biggest eruption in 100 years. Nyamulagira volcano is located right in the middle of Virunga National Park, which is also home to endangered mountain gorillas. According to the United Nations, there are currently no threats to the city of Goma, where around 670,000 people live. But volcanic ash and strands of cold lava could be blown by wind into inhabited areas. Rwandan authorities have banned traders from selling meat that has not been refrigerated for at least 24 hours. The National Agency for Quality Control, Competition and Consumer Protection says fresh meat that has not been refrigerated contains cells that may transmit diseases to consumers. The agency told newsmen that the consequences of eating without cooling in the refrigerator is that there are still diseases in the tissues of the animal's body that have not died. Some local traders said the order would cause them losses because some customers prefer fresh meat. Now, the Malawi government has said the death toll from Tropical Storm Freddy has risen to 99 on Monday, with 85 deaths recorded in the city of Blantyre alone. The country is struggling to contain the effects of the storm, which has wreaked devastation particularly in 10 of the country's southern region districts. Heavy rains accompanied by strong winds have destroyed houses, washed away roads and bridges, flattened crop fields, and disrupted power generation. The main referral hospital in Blantyre says it is overwhelmed by the sheer number of bodies it is receiving. It has appealed to bereaved families or whose relatives are missing to go to the hospital to identify and collect the bodies for burial. Hospital is running out of space. The National Power Generating Company says it is unable to restore power with its hydropower plant due to accumulation of debris caused by flooding. Weather experts say heavy rains and flooding will continue on Tuesday as the storm is expected to begin withdrawing from Malawi back to the Indian Ocean on Wednesday. The Malawi government has declared a state of national disaster in the most affected district. It appealed for help locally and globally for the tens of thousands of people who have been left without food and shelter. You're on to global news from Adaba 88.9 FM, Akure, transmitting from Ilaramokin. After the break, President Zelensky urges Ukrainian army to stop Russian forces in Bakhmut. Join us again in the second part of the bulletin.
The news on Adaba 88.9 FM.
Glad to have you back for news. Updated live streaming, visit our website www.adaba889.fm or download Adaba FM app on Google Play Store. You can be part of us on our social media platforms www.facebook.com/AdabFM88.9 on Facebook, at Adaba889FM on Instagram, and Adaba FM TV on YouTube. To provide us information, you can reach us via email newsroom@adaba889.fm. Until the rest of the bulletin. The leaders of the US, UK, and Australia have unveiled new details of their plan to create a fleet of next-generation nuclear-powered submarines. Under the AUKUS agreement, Australia will first receive at least 3 nuclear-powered submarines from the US. The allies will also work together to create a new fleet using cutting-edge technology, including reactors made by Rolls-Royce in the UK. The pact is aimed at countering China's influence in the Indo-Pacific region. Speaking with the other leaders in San Diego, California, U.S. President Joe Biden stressed that the boats would not have nuclear weapons and would not jeopardize Australia's commitment to being a nuclear-free country. Under the deal outlined on Monday, members of the Royal Australian Navy will be embedded at US and UK submarine bases from this year to gain the necessary skills to use the submarines. A Texas man is suing 3 women for helping his now ex-wife obtain pills to have an abortion last year. The lawsuit says under Texas law that a person who assists a pregnant woman in obtaining a self-managed abortion has committed the crime of murder. Marcus Silver's lawsuit heavily relies on text messages between his ex-wife and the 3 women. This is the first such lawsuit in the state since the Supreme Court washed constitutional abortion protections. The legal action claims the drug manufacturer will also be named as a defendant once they are identified. The lawsuit alleges they told Mr. Silver's ex-wife to hide the pregnancy and their text messages about the baby from him. Mr. Silver's former wife is not named as a defendant under Texas law because a pregnant person is exempted from prosecution. Now, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that Russian forces must be stopped in Bakhmut and other towns in the east. Zelensky said in a video address late on Monday that Ukraine's future relied on destroying Russian forces attacking Bakhmut and other war-torn areas in the country's eastern Donetsk region. Russia said that capturing Bakhmut opens a path to taking control of the entire Donetsk region, which is a central war aim for Moscow. After weeks of grinding and bloody battles, the Ukrainian military says it has not retreated from Bakhmut and is intent on staying to fight in order to inflict severe losses on the Russian assault force, which is said to have thrown a huge number of soldiers into the fight without regards for casualties. Officials say Ukraine's forces have depleted and worn down Russian forces in Bakhmut, which has also diverted Russia's focus and its firepower from launching a planned counterattack in the Afrin. Sports. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has demanded more from Kevin De Bruyne ahead of their Champions League tie with RB Leipzig. De Bruyne currently tops the Premier League's assist chart with 12. The Belgian has found himself in and out of Guardiola's squad since the return from the World Cup. De Bruyne was left on the bench for 3 of the last 7 league fixtures and taken off early in the 2-0 win over Newcastle United earlier this month. De Bruyne was ill for the first leg against Leipzig in Germany, which ended 1-1. And now to end global news, a recap of our top stories. 10 days after Supreme Court judgment mandated the use of old 1,500 Naira notes as legal tender till December the 31st, 2023, Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Godwin Emefiele has officially ordered commercial banks to comply with the court verdict. Death toll from Tropical Storm Friday has risen to 99 on Monday, with 85 deaths recorded in the city of Blantyre alone as the country struggles to contain the effects of the storm, which has wreaked devastation, particularly in 10 of the country's southern region districts. We told you that Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said that Russian forces must be stopped in Bakhmut and other towns in the east because Ukraine's future relied on destroying Russian forces attacking the war-torn areas in the country's eastern Donetsk region. And that's Global News. It was edited by Adeyemi Lawal. I'm Adeola Adekunle. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.